Hello guys, we are live from Washington DC on a day when there are many changes here. Today, this is I think the second day since the shutdown was announced, the government shutdown that is. And what you're looking at right now is the Howard University Hospital. We are looking at how life is on day 2 of the shutdown, of the government shutdown here in the United States. So let's go together and see what is happening on this day right here in Washington DC, the seat of power of the United States. Okay, so just let's go together and see what's happening in Washington DC as the shutdown continues to bite. Now, as I said, you are looking at the entrance of Howard University Hospital. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of activities here, but I'm not sure whether it's any different from regular days, but that's what we are looking at. Even here, this is the emergency area. I'm sure one way or the other these places are affected because of course there are some cuts in funding of many programs, rather the halting of funding, because there is not a whole lot that can go on when the government is shut down. It means that most of the funds that were supposed to be used for different activities are on hold, and there is no legislative or legal authority to spend money. So these are the streets of Washington DC. Right now we are on Georgia Avenue, at the intersection of Georgia Avenue and V Street Northwest. Georgia Avenue Northwest and V Street Northwest. Okay. Yeah, so just walk with me, go with me rather. Let's go together and see what exactly is going on in the streets of Washington DC on day 2 of the government shutdown. Enjoy. Okay, a quick observation right now here at the UNCF College. Right here on Georgia Avenue, even kids are still going to school, to kindergarten. That's a good sign. And yeah, so I was saying a quick observation. What I'm looking at right now at 10:35 Eastern Standard Time. What I'm looking at streets that are not looking any different from regular days. I still see some activities. You can see those little kids there going to kindergarten on day 2 of the government shutdown here in the United States. of America. Okay, what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? Drop a comment right there. Tell us what you think about this shutdown that was announced immediately on the 30th, at the end of the month of September, when it hit midnight on the 30th. This shutdown kicked off because there was no way of continuing to fund the activities of the government. What are your thoughts about this shutdown that the Americans are now experiencing? I'm sure it's touching many sectors across the country. Some of them are hit really hard, some maybe not. But for example, the parks are a casualty in this. And just to tell you a little about this shutdown, in short, in layman's language, it is that because the legislative arm of the government could not agree to a vote, I mean, they agreed to vote, but they couldn't come up with an agreement on how to pass the continuing resolution, which would have at least put the government open, or which would have kept the government open until a certain point when they would make probably a bigger vote for the financial year and all that. Because they did not agree, that's how we ended up being in this quagmire. So there's a lot of politics in it. The Democrats are blaming the Republicans. The Republicans, on the other hand, are blaming the Democrats, saying that they want to continue funding health care simply because they want the illegal immigrants to benefit from that. And the Republicans are saying, no, we cannot let that happen. So that's one of the contentious issues in this the bill or rather the motion that was that they could not agree on, and that led to this shutdown. Right now we are on Allen Liu Place and 7th Street. I want you to see for yourself what is happening here in the seat of power, Washington D.C., the capital city of the United States, on the second day of the government shutdown, which began at 12:01 a.m. on Wednesday, early Wednesday morning, that is. Yeah. So guys, that's what's going on, how the streets look on day 2 of the shutdown. Some people are still working. Not very far from here is the White House. There are still activities there. I don't think they were put on furlough, maybe some of them, but certainly the president of the United States is working with his people. But he has also taken a very tough stance on this issue, siding, of course, with the Republicans, because the president is a Republican. President Donald Trump is a Republican, so he has sided with the Republicans in opposing the things that the Democrats are calling for in order to have the government to continue its operations as I said, on day 2, as the government shutdown enters day 2. So that's what's going on. Consider to subscribe to this channel, like, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime there is a new video on this channel. Also share and comment what you think of what is happening right now in the United States when the government is on shutdown for days, that number of days that is not known for now, because there's a stalemate. So some of the what you're looking at live right now are some of the government buildings in Washington DC on day 2 of the government shutdown. The streets of Washington DC. Now, if you asked me, it looks quite busy. Probably because people that are not working for the government are still going on with their daily activities. Yeah, the streets do look quite busy. This is Indiana Avenue, the intersection of it, and 7th Street and Pennsylvania Avenue. That's what's going on right there, and soon we might be able to get a good shot of the Capitol itself. On this side is the White House, on this side is the Capitol, and so we are trying to go towards the Capitol to see what's going on. So yeah, this is what is happening here, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Washington DC. We are looking at day 2 of the government shutdown, and these are buildings, most of them are government buildings. There's not a whole lot of activity in these buildings right now because the government is shut, at least for now. That is the shot I was talking about, Pennsylvania Avenue. If you look ahead, you will see the Capitol. That is where the legislators do their business. I'm told right now they are not even there because they are on recess for a day or so. So we don't expect a whole lot today. If there were to be a vote, we would probably have that tomorrow. So it's safe to say that highly unlikely that the shutdown could end today. What is a fact is that we are entering day 3 later today of the shutdown, the government shutdown. So that's what you are seeing now. The streets here are not very busy right now on this side of town, and mainly I would imagine it's because this is an area where most of the government government buildings are. Government buildings, most of them are on this side of town. Yeah, guys, so that's what's going on. If you are new here, kindly subscribe to this channel. It gives you a lot of information about different issues. So that's the capital that you're looking at right now, right there, right there. And many people just like me are documenting this. The issue of the shutdown is in the news a lot more than anything else today. As you can see, even ahead of me right there, it's an OB van. Right ahead of me is an OB van. They're all trying to document this, see what exactly it means for the United States. I do see still that there are some activities here of people visiting the capital, which is popular. Because the tourists have to continue doing their thing. But there is not a whole lot of activity. I'm surprised. What you're looking at right there is the health department of health, and right across there is the Voice of America building, right there. There is no broadcasting going on at the Voice of America right now, partly because of the shutdown and also because there have been other things going on with the intention of the Trump administration to shatter the Voice of America and the agency that the Voice of America is under, called the USAGM. So you see all these federal buildings are not really busy. There ain't a lot of activity. This is human health services or something like that. It's not a lot of activity. But that is a Department of Education. Department of Education. If you have been following the news, you would know that it has been scrapped by the Trump administration, and the powers of it taken to the states. Although there have been challenges on how that was done, but right now there's not a lot of activity going on at the Department of Education. So we'll leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe, like, comment, and we'll see you in the next one.